Ты кочка?
Я лифтер.
Ого. ЗОЖ, все
Спасибо,
дела.
Вервольф. Ну, за ЗОЖ на нож. Просто она игра как реально клевенькая такая, но, блин, надо время на нее, прям достаточно времени. Это знаешь больше на что похоже? Это больше похоже на какой-нибудь Mass Effect или Dragon Age или там Котор. Только от первого лица. С механикой Лаута. Так даже скажу.
Хм.
Так, что там у нас по заданиям-то? Высадите Реджина лечение. Вместе с Максом. Надо навестить его. А, блин. Надо напарников сменить. Так. Еще чем-то немножко на этот похоже. Биошок. Так. Возьмем с собой Викария Макса и Элли. Нали. Так. Надо будет. Надо будет туда пойти. Задание пустышка. Где это? Далеко? Недалеко. Найти ученого. О? Ой, блин, ты-то у меня без брони совсем. Это говно. Так, решительность, броня. Броня. Тебя одеть-то? Брони-то я даже тебе не взял. Так, что-то у нас взлом. Повышение навыка взлома. Угу. Длительность боевых эффектов общения. Урон в ближнем бою. Дистанционный урон. Здоровье. И... Ладно, вот это вот. Так, готово применить. И пушку тебе надо нормально, то у тебя обрез ебаный. А вот ему, кстати, можно было как раз таки дать этот... Урон научного оружия. А что у него по характеристикам? Пам-пам-пам, наука 51. Вот ему, кстати, можно вот этот бластер дать. И в ближнем бою вот эту хрень. Так, оружие смешано. Да. Надо... Пушки надо нормально ему. Надо где-то... ребенок проснулся сейчас.
What's the hurry, right?
Так, я тут. Торговец. Торговец. Корзинка. Часовые. А, вот мне что надо. Так, мне надо ему броню взять. Навыки дальнего боя плюс. Ну, вот это возьмем. Так, а Элли... Тоже какое говно. Вот это вот. Скорость атаки. Это же прикольный меч на 9 левел. Лучше вон. Ударный молот. 19 левела. О. Патрончики, патрончики. Что у нас наверху? Это шишка здесь? А, нет. Выход наружу. Так, сейчас мы, ребятки, подождите, подождите. Да. Вы вот на вас положиться нельзя, с вами в разведку не пойдешь. Все, обворовали. Идем далее. А, вот этот Калиф Харик. Да, да. Я капитан аниме на Аве. Ледниковая вода. Что вы отмечаете?
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bit. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking.
Жаль, все так было плохо.
It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much.
Да, когда Зав работает, где покрывает расходы, нет смысла работать.
About quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch, we're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay. I wouldn't doubt it. You look like the type who tends to come out on top. Not like us, Cogs. Trying to be the squeaky wheel, but
Вот сейчас пойдем договариваться, чтобы ему денежку дали. Окей.
You would do that? Sure thing.
Так.
If I knew that, I'd have tried it. The others wanted to blackmail her. I would never endorse such an untoward tactic.
Берет себе часть выручки.
So far it's just gossip, you know. But if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
На китенцовом складе, ладно. То есть, вроде бы никто не знает, но на китенцовом склад, если ты зайдешь, вот по этой метке ты найдешь компромат на нее, и все. Мускус рапсидоида?
Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in a raptidon tongue?
Когтепсиды?
You look like a man who's looking for some mostly...
Нет, не похож.
Oh, good.
Мясо рапсидона. Да, гадость. Так, а он, видимо, там. Это что такое? Классика, классика. При выходе из поселения стоит непись, у которого пропал ребенок.
Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong. Like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some
Судя по его
vile
возрасту, мне
creature.
кажется, там малыш лет 30.
You have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away. And
It's more dissolvent.
Чем будет растворять, не плавит. Ага, мне от этого не легче. Просто пропал, где его видели.
oh, I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said, this is the man to save your little Tucker. He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned, please.
Почему сбежал?
He's been pining for an adventure. Says he's tired of living cooped up. I warned him. A raptidon would snap him up first chance it got. I just know once he
Господи.
ripped his arm off.
Рядом.
He should have listened to his mama.
Вы что-то говорили о награде за помощь?
Well, I guess I can't ask you to leave the town walls for free. I got some bits
Немного
saved up
битов.
for a rainy day.
А, куда он мог отправиться?
Listening to those awful broadcasts that the iconoclasts put out. I begged Sanjar to put a stop to them, but did. And now I just
Amber
know
Heights.
my boys run off to Amber Heights.
Окей.
That old settlement.
Старый поселение к
southwest of
юго-западу.
Stella Bay. Or that he never made it. Sprats could be. Or maybe Marauders got him. Pulled all it.
Ладно, ладно, помогу.
Thank you. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy.
Окей. Окей. Что тут у нас еще? Так. Это что-то здесь в городе. Пространственный преступный континуум. Так, что тут у нас сейчас есть? Пулемет, винтовка, пистолет, плазменный и снайперка.
Velma seem out of sorts to you? She's always
Надо
cranky.
было все-таки ставить на SSD-шник. Ну, блин, на SSD-шнике и так места ни хера. А это типа подъемник. А, нет, не подъемник. А, блин, куда идти-то? Короче, понятно, надо идти на ту сторону вообще. И туда попер. Да слезаем, слезаем, все. Оп, по башке спрыгнули. Ой, а здесь лаборатория. И никого нет. Как неожиданно и приятно.
Quiet.
Почки взрывающиеся. Батончики. Просто дом, в котором куча оружия. Оп. И все. Но мне кажется, что какое-нибудь задание будет. По-любому не просто так эта локация. Вот здесь можно пробежать напрямик. Надеюсь. О, верстак? Где верстак? Вот верстак. Так. Работать. Ой, сколько, блин, стоит-то усовершенствование этой херни. 1887, охереть просто. Нет, конечно, он прикольный. А чуть-чуть это другое, не пулемет. Надо чем-то заменить. А пока просто починим. Это что там такое? Хера секретная. О. Будьте пароль, Лилия, пароль успокаиваемая, понятно. Руины. Чувака убили. Тупо в доках замочили. О, вот здесь пушки есть. Нет пушек. Что это такое? Это предприятие.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
Оформил, как полагается,
I'll
охеренно.
move it next to the others, sir.
Да вы охуели там. Какой аванс? Вы чё?
Well, new business turns up. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How
Увлажняться чресла.
32%
You've often posed.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer.
Нет, это у вас встреча со мной.
You'd be a hit in Byzantium.
Did you hear that power play, Celia? I only hope you don't judge me by my... Now,
У меня свой путь, я иду туда, куда не несет ветер. Офигенно.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. But if you're here for him, I suppose... Yes, that's it. Channel your anger. I only wish I could do the same. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw... Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such
В
a...
общем, контрабанда, да, мы поняли.
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the tracks the train runs on are forged from practical.
What?
Чего?
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very word...
Indeed. Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI
On our terms, mind you.
Returning to the board is your only chance if you hope to survive here on Monarch. That doesn't mean it'll be easily achieved.
Indeed not. No worthwhile plan was ever simple.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach.
Обеспечить
The first
надежную
part-
защиту.
With a Bolt 52
Помощью
cartridge.
картриджа.
If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to
There's a
become
bolt.
one of the most productive and...
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Что это?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An
Never realized fighting the bureaucracy could be this interesting.
It is quite the rush.
Документ.
An ordinance, of course. We do things in a civilized fashion here. Not like...
Of course he wants to fight bureaucracy with paperwork. I should have known.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you just crawled out from under a
Документов
rock.
протоколов.
Forms and procedures. And this one is located in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before... These days...
Почему так произносите слова?
Saying what?
Рам.
That's just what it's called. It's supposed to stand for something, but I forget what. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information.
Что это за
What can I
информация?
do for you? I see. And was his delivery a... Well, that's excellent. What else can... Then it's good that I keep...
Как так
I've
вышло, что
asked
потерял
myself the
место?
same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own... Not intentionally, though that's technically true.
Что случилось?
As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazard. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, MSI's leadership at the time
And how did that work out?
most regard Monarch as a lost cause. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and condition. It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet, creating the perfect environment for us to enact.
Короче, объявили планету своей.
No, they laughed in our faces and insisted we'd... Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most...
Must have pissed off some real big suits to get stuck with that.
On the contrary, I wrote lots of very important reports on behalf of I moved forward with our planned reforms as well as our strategy. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began... I don't know. Everything we did was legal and above board. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us... Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources.
Without the board, chaos would overtake the system.
If you can't beat him, might as well join him and reach.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community. And I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardship... Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more...
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, it'll be... My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and... He and his followers call themselves the Iconoclasts. Law...
I will admit, I am keen to meet their leader.
Well, be careful. It isn't just that they drain our people and resources. Every radical act they commit cements Halcyon's image of us all. He's lucky the board doesn't take him seriously enough to keep more than a few UDL...
An Earth Directorate assault cruiser would change his tune. It's almost a shame we haven't seen one.
What can I do for you?
Короче, я так понял, что и была корпорация вот эта. Вот что корпорация, одна из них, вот эта MSI. Принадлежащие коллеги, когда остальные свинтили, они такие, опачки, смотрите, тут по закону можно планету объявить нашей. И объявляют планету их собственностью. Ну и в коллегии их лишают права голоса, короче, находят там какие-то причины их ненавидеть. И сейчас ребята поняли, что без инфраструктуры, там ресурсов и прочего из внешнего мира никуда. И хотят назад вернуться. Как бы вообще, ну, непонятно было. Не, ну, конечно, они не ожидают, что от них отвернутся. Окей. Все равно как-то странно. Как-то немножко тупо, я бы сказал даже. Да, Соловей. Меня от пулемета тоже куда-то столкнуть, а мне не особо-то и нужен. А сейчас я думаю, блин, переквалифицироваться в ближний бой в таком случае. Ладно. Так, здесь мы поняли. А, Кэтрин.
Greetings, and welcome. What? Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on a raptor. Laws, no. Sometimes it's Canaan. So I can talk to him, of course. Sort of the Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up. Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing... He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intent. Plus, he's got great legs.
Good to have standards, I guess.
You think that's what I'm looking for? Not in Stellar Bay. Besides, a man with...
Ясно.
Sorry,
Э,
if you talk to... You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man. I still don't know anything about it. But if you... But I'll warn you.
окей. Так. Цели нравится Себастьяну, стесняется позвать сама. Окей. Поговорим.
You look like a man who's... Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days. I hope it's working okay, because no one else...
Салам.
Салам пополам. Привет, Женька. Это Outer Worlds?
Wait, I see what's going. Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. But if I give her one, I won't hardly... You sound pretty sure. Okay, I'll do it.
Окей. Говорили.
Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia? I've secretly been waiting. Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, look at me going on. I'm sure you... Anyhow.
Спасибо. Блин, спасибо в карман не положишь. Очки опыта это, конечно, неплохо. Так. Так. Ага, начальница склада обратиться. Где-то начальница склада, там. Эти хуй. Через какую же жопу приходится пробираться на какие-то там склады? Эй, ты.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in...
Который просил передать, что если не вычислить Соломяна, тебя саму в коробку закроют.
Did she now? Well, I can see I was mistaken. I hope you can forget. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my...
Старший кто?
Braxton. He's in charge
Я бы
of
хорошо
getting
набирал
fish
вес.
fat, but also making... He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has I can't keep... Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing the... something...
Плаката.
This again? I swear, this is the last... You can tell Grimm his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better... That about cover it?
Кто такая Нелл?
She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional lady. She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Damn right it is.
Ну и что там?
No. I paid Sublight for it. So, it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it,
Понятно.
it's staying locked up in my office. Sure can.
Сколько надо?
Sure. And once you finish helping me,
А, понятно.
fine by me.
Бракстона найти. Калиба.
Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got... Tell him to complain to Catherine in Fallbrook, not me. Sublight's demanding more money for the same Hard workers? They turn dials and flip switches. The machines do all the actual work. Caleb and his crew have it better than anyone else around. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd...
Угу. Знаешь, что ты берешь себе процент с выручки.
Same thing as me. Where's your proof? Because I know no...
Are you absolutely sure of that, Ms. Ba-
Just as a... I... Fine by me.
Так. Бракстон крадет
Stealing's
препараты.
such a nasty word. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get used.
Короче, наркомаша.
We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the... Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get this all tuna. Fat. Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a Ground 6 Spacer.
Просто пошел, сломал комп. Короче, сейчас можно... Блин, взлома не хватает, взлома. Нужно больше взлома. А чё, мне так мало взлома? 48, 77. А чё не так-то? Скорректированное значение 77. А чё взломать? Стоп, 46. А вскрытие замков 46. Эй, мы знаем, что тут у тебя. Ой, ёптить. Могу. Ломал.
I'd give you a friendly... Unless you're here... If Caleb wants...
Я видел, что ты уже не первый год прикарманиваешь заработан. Тебе есть чем платить работникам.
Yeah, and did you miss the part where I'm working doubles?
Ironic, isn't it?
I'm the one who keeps this place running. Fine. Tell Caleb he
Окей.
and his team can have
Уговорили.
something else on your...
Так. Теперь надо с Бракстоном. Что-то какие-то они просто одно за другим, одно за другим. Бракстон. Где же этот Бракстон? В смысле?
I think I'm gonna be... I clean the apartment. If you're going into the apartments... Now, if you'll...
Что за гон?
Whatever you do, don't mention Tossball to Isaac. You'll never hear the end of it.
You know, I haven't seen him in a while.
Это что за херня?
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a... Braxton, I've never even heard of a
Dilated pupils, anxious posture, muscle spasm. She's high on some quality stuff.
No! Okay, maybe just a little... Braxton always has a good stash, and I just like to let loose a little. Stop thinking about the marauders and the raptidons outside. Oh, damn. He told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family. So...
We're in agreement that this Braxton is probably dead, right?
Ладненько. Подсывать нос мои дела. Ага. Где этот трупак слева? Опа.
What a gruesome way to die.
Not much I can do for this guy.
Ставки на команду. Может, убили за этот? За то, что он ставочки делал. Так скажем, ставочка, поспешно собранный чемодан. Риску контрол. Типа его букмекером очканули. Вот так. Принять. Так. Навыки общения, цена торговцев. Отхил при убийстве есть. Вот это больше урона по уязвимому месту, это реально клево. Реально клево. У меня 16 левел. Оружия нет. Оружия нет. В броне какая-то херня. Давайте сначала Бракстона.
Who wants to play an impromptu tossball match? No one? Really?
Руины. Ладно, еще в это агентство зайдем. Контору.
This is the simple truth. We are all molecular machines. The body is a collection of atoms. The mind is a consequence of chemical reactions. Therefore, our lives are predestined along a path that is only visible in retrospect. Life is fated and unstoppable.
Got a hit.
Ку-ку.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball game.
Да, за
So who do you
каждым.
follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder.
Мгм.
Everyone needs a good diversion. That's what keeps you from thinking about them. Tossball's just about the only good news we get around. So,
Вы, говорит, вы перекупили не тестбольный плакат.
signed by the Black Hole himself. Why, did you want to see it? I don't know. This isn't just some poster. It's a genuine top. Of course, the only reason I asked Velma about it in the I was gonna line the walls with them. Mind? Anyway, I guess they tried to take a shortcut around Amber Heights and ran into some trouble. But they lost a bunch of cargo, including my jerseys.
Короче, еще одно задание дополнительное.
I might let.
Пойти, найти.
Thanks. Don't put your. What can I do?
Нашел эту квитанцию.
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow. I don't know for sure,
but I saw Elijah and his buddies push. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in. Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he...
Просто от одной части к другому, от одной части к другому. Бывает же там. Я вот с таким арсеналом ношусь и даже не в кого пострелять, ну. Так, а как мне туда пройти? Дайте пройти. Блин, с какой стороны надо? С правой стороны обходить это здание. А, вот они. Да, действительно похоже на чертей. Верта, Пирамила. В смысле заблудился? Ты как с ним разговариваешь, женщина?
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market.
Пометить.
Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. And not that it's any of your business.
Шеи. Не похер. Неправильный ответ нахер. Ох ты ж, ёб твою мать! Это что было сейчас? Отхил, отхил, отхил. В смысле репутация ухудшена, а? Я защищался нахер. Меня еще забили, а? После таких драк мне реально хочется своего персонажа в ближний бой собрать, а? Просто хочется и все. Да все эти науки.
Hey! Listen, and not...
Так, ладно, погнали. Я, походу, случайно своего мочканул, да? В смысле репутация ухудшена? Блин, чуваки, ну... Они сами нарвались. Я просто отомстил за пацана. Чисто за пацанчика отомстил. Разве можно на меня наезжать за это? Можно было их, конечно, запугать и не убивать.
No one saw me trip over them, right?
Fine. But that's terrible. But that means we won't be able to log. If there's one thing I've been hoping to re-establish... Always a shame when... Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated.
Спасибо, денежку дали. Так. Кэтрин передать. Она тоже там, да? Короче, теперь, похоже, придется... надо Калибу сообщить, что все окей. Что все сделано, как просили.
Why don't you... Got an update? Well, I'll be a Raptidon's dinner. As agreed, here's your compensation. Ain't a lot, but I hope it shows how much... Now me and my friends here better get back to work.
Вот, радуйся. Еще опыта поднял.
You ever think about what goes on in a marauder's head?
Так. Теперь надо наружу выходить.
Crazy.
But they still manage to feed themselves, dress themselves, work together.
Reminds me of the crew cabin on one of my first ships.
Так, партия тазбольных мечей там. Заброшенное здание к северу. А еще вон туда в Фолбрук топать. Ну, все в ту сторону. Ну еще рядышком вон совсем. А еще дальше, блин, что-то прям топать и топать. Вот сюда надо. Недалеко. О, раптидоны. Привет, нахер. Алло. Ну-ка, лежать. Нравится здесь, типа, все общее. Тяжелая экипировка строителя за веревом. Опечатано. Здесь тоже все опечатано, что ли? Да? Угу. Изичные раптидоны. Прямо храм. Пекторальная водка. А? Отмычки, это всегда хорошо. Прикольно такой этот. Ляпа заберем. Шоковая дубинка, 17 левел. Ладно. Импульсный молот. Это говно. Здесь, а вот. Угу. Все. много отмычек здесь, валяется. Вот это я понимаю храм. Действительно, хорошее местечко. В этот дом, что ли? Здесь еще кто-то живет? Здесь вообще жить невозможно, алло. Все разрушено. Кинжал.
I wonder what secrets these ruins contain.
Не знаю, какие здесь тайны скрываются, но вот тут Раптидон Колосс. Раптидон Колосс — это реально больно. Разломанный дом. Это же тот дом... А, нет, не тот дом, в который нам надо. Ладно, тогда. Вода чистая, пречистая. А нам вот сюда, что ли, надо? Там даже можно переместиться. Это как локация, что ли? А что, подвал, что ли? Тоже перемещаться надо. Пианино. Чистенько.
A visitor? What an unexpected surprise!
In my experience, any stranger this friendly either wants to rob and airlock you or sell you.
Nonsense. Out here in the wilderness, we welcome all who come to our door.
Что-то не доверяю.
I'm afraid we don't get many visitors out here. The Raptidons and Maraud. And if you've braved them, you must be exhausted. I'm sure I would. Now, quit fretting yourself about that. Make your.
Я уверен, что этот чувак хочет наебать.
What a pleasant surprise.
Only if you give yourself over to the plan, Martha. May I call you Martha?
By all. The Eternal does not desire that we huddle and hide, crowded in by walls. We all share. Out here, we are free. Just that your presence here is a gift to us. Look at me, prattling on as... I hope you favor catch-up and...
Что-то я так подозреваю, здесь какая-то херня произошла. Еще и дверь закрылась. Самое время достать пулеметик вот так вот и спросить: так, ну-ка, граждане уважаемые.
Oh, hi there. Did you come to bring us more of those
Что значит тоже?
That's what. There was this other man who used to bring them. Mama and Papa said he came from the city. When we got sick one time, and they worked. He said they were making us sick. Mom.
Some kind of off-brand drug, maybe? Wouldn't be the first or the worst.
They went to have a talk with him. I don't know. Okay.
Think they'll notice if we slip out?
А мы не уйдем тихонько.
Hey, what are you doing? Maybe I'll tell Mom. You're trying.
Интересно, это скрипт или она прибежит? Еще одна шоковая дубинка. Акула изнутри меня брюхо рвет, это больно, веки не пройдет. Вода приносит только вред, но жрать хочу, больше мыслей нет. Знаешь, Лиззи, мне кажется, что ты тут...
Space, there's choice pills, they cure all your ills.
Мне кажется, что вы тут все ёбаные каннибалы. Я прям... Ага, ага. А кто же... Почему люди... Почему вы, ребятки, вот так все оставляете, ну?
I've seen and made my share of corpses, but this is downright unsettling.
Чем много
It is
отпилили.
unnatural, an affront to the grand plan.
Все это за клинок ужинать. Не играйте с едой. Кровотечение 151 урона в секунду. Бракстона убили. Все ясно, все ясно, все ясно. Сейчас пойдем спросим, ну что? Котлетки. Из ножки. С раптидоном. Ага, и волшебным образом эта тварь уже исчезла. Можем сбежать, кстати. А можем пойти поговорить.
But what's this? Oh dear.
Убийца каннибала обвиняет меня в излишнем любопытстве.
Quickly, my dear, he's getting agitated.
Don't worry.
Ну-ка, тихо! Тихо!
Dust to dust. Or in this case, bloody bones to bloody bones.
Изи. Восстановление рожденного здоровья. Жите, сосите, у вас получится. Ключ и быстро хват. Ну, все понятно с вами. Блин, это уже не украсть магничку, это уже трофей. Я прям 100% был уверен, что здесь что-то не так. Просто зашел они такие. На ужин? Ужин? Добро пожаловать на ужин. Жалко, мне здесь негде отремонтировать свой автомат. Конечно. А, ну вот задание с болтом. А тут же еще основное задание где-то валяется у меня, да? Практика медицины. Мне кажется, что надо сначала то задание выполнить. Так, сейчас секунду.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts. That he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift? That's... wow. I sure feel like an ass now. Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on Catherine or... Still, it's good to know what happened to something. Sure can. Fair enough. The damn things... Take the poster then. And if I...
Poor Braxton.
I don't want to think about it.
Eaten by cannibals?
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can I can't thank you enough. Still, and you know what? Take my old tossball blocker too. Never get the chance to use it.
Hey guys.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before.
Quite the bedside manner, lady.
Well, it's so rare I get the pleasure of... What can Auntie... And what a helpful young man you are. Nothing like a little...
Whiskey helps, too.
Please leave medical advice to the Now...
Don't blame me if I
may not be a fresh young thing. Much as I'd love to. My rheumatism is especially fierce. But I'd hate to send you a... I'm so sorry, but with the iconic... Our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it a
Голова не мерзнет.
Aren't you a naughty boy? There are no discounts here. Oh, I'd have to talk to Mr. Nandi about it. Anyway, is there any... Oh, her. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Now I've gone and said too much. I'm afraid not. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his... Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be a pretty face for the customers. And to keep an extra key to the supply room. The one upstairs. In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor man was... The graveyard's near the southern ruins. Do be careful. I'd hate for anything. Chin up. Come to share a secret with Auntie Abigail?
I can take a hint.
Says someone who's never had any fun.
Exactly. See, I'm glad someone on your crew's got some sensible, got her head on straight. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the,
That was fast. I gotta see about stocking some...
You be careful. The first one's free. After that, they'll offer you gainful employment. Great. Where... Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past... If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. That said,
Mighty big gun you got there. I'm looking forward to seeing you.
You look like a preacher. You a traveling vicar?
In a manner of speaking.
Stellar Bay had a vicar once. He took it upon himself. enough to convince me. Rams folk to come back to the corporate fold. Kept making the trip between the city and Amber Heights by foot. All sorts of scrapes.
Yeah.
Day came when I found a book of his in the middle of a raft encampment. And still... We're gripping it too.
Every time
The plan unfolds as the plan unfolds. To Vicar and layman alike.
Sorry. I thought you were quoting It's a Wonderful Director.
In case I did not...
Is it true that manta queens devour their mates after copulation?
Yeah. Well, sort of. They kill them, but they leave the body till their swarm hatches and eats it. The first meal is their father. Join me for a second, will you? Hey, got a favor to ask you. Figure while we're out here in the wilderness anyhow, we might stop in on an old friend. Preferably before we get to Hiram's. You don't seem the type to run off and get yourself killed. I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem... But this... Really? I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and I haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead. First, we go to Hayes. I buried him a ways from our encampment. I'll show you where he rests. He had a medallion. Then we find my 2 lost trackers. A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems. If we can find Rebecca and Anders, they'll know how to lure her out. Thanks, Cap. Good old Stellar Bay. Only place on the planet that don't stink of sulfur. On account of it stinking like fish instead. Watch your feet. The sulfur pools don't just stink. They'll take a toe off. making it look easy.
Блин, сам с собой все это время разговаривал. Реально все разговаривал. Заметил, что микро выключен. О, модифицированная какая-то броня. А, тяжелое оружие. О, перегруз. Хорошо, пойдемте продадим сейчас все. Ненужное.
A vicar, huh?
Это еще
You a
верстак.
true believer, or do you just like the tithes?
Why, that's borderline offensive, Ms. Ramnareem Wentworth. Of course I believe. The tithes are merely a well-earned bonus.
I met another believer once. Pushy type. He thought he'd been left behind for a reason. Thought he'd find some kind of cosmic truth in the wilderness. Got himself infected by a mantis and drowned in a sulfur pool. Some truth.
Can't get more brutal. True than survival of. The fittest. But don't mistake us all for blind fools. Intellect plays a large part in whose state.
Отлично.
Is among the living.
Вот теперь у нас дохерища оружия. Или все-таки вернуть свою снайперку пока? Короче, ясно. Еще топать и топать. И на дело ближе всех. Ну-ка, если я возьму. Ох ты ж. Отлично. Лупит-то в бошку, будь здоров. Еще ручной пулеметик. Нёки тоже ручной пулеметик есть. Да, жесть. Надо чисто на средней дистанции с него херачить. Иначе в молоко будет лететь большая часть. Или в какой-нибудь крупный объект. Не, ну что снайперки он... Почти моментально сносил. Это было реально круто. Нет, восстановление, конечно, этой штуки при убийстве это круто. Огнемет. 12 левел. Какие-то палатки. Денежки валяются. Шлем. И мертвы.
Well, hello, and welcome to the home of the iconoclasts. I'm Rose. Please take a pamphlet. In it, you'll find everything you need to know about Graham, his philosophist truths, and the iconoclast way. Oh no, I'm so sorry. It's a habit, I suppose. Ever since the corporations left, it's been hard to come. Freedom! No corporations, no shackles, Oh, those are just hurdles. You're welcome to stay with us. That's a nice way to think about it. Graham would be our father. I suppose Zora might... You can think of those two as our leaders, but they're more like... Why, he's our founder. Graham taught us about philosophism. Through him... I'm glad you're asking, by the way. She's been with us since the beginning. She goes and finds people in the wilderness and gets them to come... She's liable to take your head off if you screw... Oh, Graham settled here a long time ago. I wasn't around back then, but they say a lot of the old MSI corporate folks died here. The new boy! Yes, he's... Last I saw him, he was headed into one of the buildings.
I ought to mention, the iconoclasts are loyal folk. Treat them right, they'll do the same. Turn on them, they'll open fire without a second thought.
Это любые будут открывать.
Welcome to the Emporium. It ain't really a store. Think of me more... Cooking's my true passion. You need a wrap...
By miracle, he means salt. He adds salt.
Hey, don't go spilling my secret.
Ladies got a right to drink, damn you.
You be careful. Don't let this one near your medical supplies.
Ну-ка. Что тут у тебя есть из пушечек? Револьвер, набор. Новая винтовка. Боковое орудие. Броня какая-то. Броня. Вот эту броню я бы прикупил, но он, блин, 13-го левела. Что говно. Ладно. Пока что у тебя ничего интересного не нашел.
Ain't seen you before. You from... You poor some bitch. I hear tell the dust storms get even worse out there. Welcome to the heart of Iconoclast country, bro. In charge? We do for each other on account of it needing to be done. Now you want to rephrase that question? Every soul here knows to keep a weather eye. That didn't stop Miss Zora from picking a few souls and imposing a schedule. Be here, take that on top of what happened on the Northern. When the monarchists wanted to settle down and play nice with the board, Graham was the one that took a stand. Zora's our best sawbones. Nearly every soul... Well, sure, it's on account of how we all work. No iconoclast makes another... that Graham and Zora argue all the time. Welcome to Monarch. The animals think you're tasty, the fungus thinks your lungs are... That ain't enough? Look at the sky. Olympus yanks this moon about like a drunk dancer.
Понятно. Щик.
All I'm saying is it ain't worth it. It's gonna taste like sulfur all the same.
Ну чё?
Looks like I'm not the only new face around here. What do I call you, stranger?
Капитан Анименави.
Welcome to Amber Heights, Captain. Call me Tucker. You here to join the Icono? I am not a little boy. Haven't been one for decades. No matter what my mama wishes. Let me guess. You're here to collect it. Well, I can tell you right now, it is not gonna happen. Don't go play with friends. Mantisaurs will tear your arms off. I stuck around way too long. She doesn't want to see me as anything other than her baby boy. You're right.
Отлично.
Never seen you before.
О, какой жесткий.
Take my advice. Move on. Get off world if you can. If you can't, get to the bay. I've been halfway around T1. Monarch, they call it now. Been around it twice. Nothing on this moon for nobody. It's pretty simple, kid. I sit at the bar, I drink, I mind my own. The only thing I got to teach is get the fuck off T1. Or, look, you wanna buy the... A great many things. I used to run with a squad of mercenaries here. Good folk. A fella named Lamont introduced me. Stands to reason they got themselves a... Mostly we protect the folk from the beasts here. If it spat, scratched, or stung, we'd kill it for you. We split ways around the time this twice-fucked moon got abandoned. Thing is, I got myself some fond men. There. I'll be glad for it, but I ain't stupid. Getting on in years, kid. Legs ain't working like they used to. Appreciate it, kid. I'm marking outposts on your map. You spend a lot of time out there. Might be a good place to...
Get a whiff of that sweet sulfur air.
Как здесь опыт за воровство не дают? Ну-ка, что тут у нас? Плазменный резак. Мощно, ничего не скажешь. Совершенный болтер. Да какой-то прямо редкостный. Охотничья винтовка Ультра. Блин, вот этот плазменный резак взял. Элитная пехотная броня. Круто. Этот шлем заберем. Блин. Так хочется в ближний бой переитываться. Ладно. Ладно, ребятки, думаю, что на этом пока все. Продолжим проходить Монарх в следующем стриме. На этом пока все. До новых встреч.